Welcome back to the Stars and Stripes Soccer Show. I'm your host, Carlos Reyes, and my co-host, Nate Jacinto. Starting where we left off, we just talked about Mexico, the game against Mexico on August 10th, our reaction to it, what we liked, what we didn't like, players we were excited about, players who showed up to play, younger players especially. Moving on, we're going to talk about now, in the second part of this, the Costa Rica game and the Belgium game, two friendlies that are coming up this weekend. They play on Friday against Costa Rica, and they'll play on Tuesday against Belgium. Surprise roster? Not really. Kind of the same one as last time. But I'm gonna go through it just to those who don't know who's on the roster. As goalkeepers, we have Bill Hamid and Tim Howard. Defenders, we have Carlos Bocanegra, Edgar Castillo, Timmy Chandler, Clarence Goodson, Michael Roscoe Fiscal, and Tim Ream. At the midfield, we have Fabian Johnson, Marie Seydoux, Chacha Cleston, Jeff Lorenovich, Robbie Rogers, Breck Shea, and Jose Torres. And at forwards, we have Pablo Nardello, Josie Altidore, Teal Bunbury, and Landon Donovan. A couple players were withdrawn due to injury. Zach Lloyd and Heath Pierce were withdrawn. We have Kyle Beckerman and Clint Dempsey, who both decided to wait till the Belgium game. Beckerman, we also Lake asked him to stay one more game because they have an important game in the MLS. And I think Clint Dempsey stayed because basically he's starting off in Fulham, and he was in the midst of an Arsenal rumor.
Yeah.
Arsenal move. So
a couple big teams.
A couple big teams were going. And so Jonathan Spector and Chris Pontius, they replaced Zach Lloyd and Heath Pierce on the roster. What do you think? What do you think of the roster?
I mean, I think it's a solid roster. I think it's a good mixture of veterans and youngins.
A lot of new players too.
Yeah, a lot of new players that we've never seen before.
Drastically different, maybe.
Or in and
World
out.
Cup team, right?
Yeah.
World Cup team, and maybe even the Gold Cup team.
Yeah.
You guys.
But overall, again, a very strong team, a somewhat young team, and a lot of the players I follow them on Twitter. They look very excited to be there. So, I mean, I think we can only expect great things from them.
Correct. So, any surprises with the players chosen?
Not really. More excited than anything. I'm excited to see Edgar Castillo. Our last discussion, you had your little doubts about him.
A little doubts.
Not impressed,
but not impressed. I just for the style that Clemson wants to play, he did not show that to me. Clemson he said he wants to play out of the back because everything starts out of the back. We know that.
Yeah.
Everything starts out like the great teams out there, like the Brazils, the Argentinas. Those teams start in the back and they just attack you from every which way. And the defenders, they go forward and attack. He looked very timid. He looked very shy, or he looked nervous. And he did not look crisp. His passes again were inaccurate. So I'm looking to see. Not that I'm surprised that he got chosen, but I'll be surprised to see if maybe he starts. We'll see. That's probably maybe.
That's just him. That's gonna be up to him at camp. What is he gonna show up and practice hard and really show Klinsmann that he deserves to be out there.
Not a surprise, but kind of a relief. Timmy Chandler.
I am excited for that guy. The guy's a beast, and I'm glad he's on my team.
Definitely. There's some time when a lot of U.S. soccer fans were kind of like biting their nails, thinking that the reason why he didn't show up to the Gold Cup, the reason why he didn't, he backed out of playing against Mexico this past August 10th, was because he was wavering on which national team he was going to choose. But he reiterated, on an interview with U.S. Soccer that he was not wavering in his decision. He was very tired. He had just played a long season, and he wanted some rest. And that's why I believe that he stayed out of that. Going down the line.
Another guys that I'm stoked for, Breck Shea. I mean, we saw in the past game what he can do, and we've seen in the MLS what he can do, and he's really
having a great game.
He's having a great season, and he has that spark, that fortitude to go forward and take players on and make big plays, and the U.S. really needs that, especially from young guys. Another guy that I'm super excited to see is big fan of him too. I followed him when he played in Pachuca. Torres. He's such a classy player. He has a great touch. He has great vision. He's a little soft because he's a little guy, but
he's a smaller player, but a messy.
Very finesse. So. Absolutely, very finesse, and I think he can contribute a lot to Klinsmann's style of play.
He has a skill set that I believe Klinsmann is looking for. He's looking for that guy to hold the ball and basically distribute and create. He's looking for that creator, and And Jose Torres is probably one of the only ones we have who's able to do that. One of the only U.S. international players who's able to do that. So that's why he's on this team, because Clinton is trying to change the style of play we play.
Yeah.
He wants more attacking, and he feels that through Torres he can do that. So I'm excited to see where he puts him, and then what Torres does with the opportunity he's been given, and basically the second chance, really.
Right. You'll never hear from me surprised or anything negative. I feel like all the players on the roster are there for a reason, and especially the attitude we have here in the States. We work hard and we really go at it, and I'm excited to see all of them. Fortunately, there can only be 11 on the field at once.
Yeah, sure, correct.
But another guy that I'm really like putting a lot of emphasis on is Josie Altidore.
Up front, as forward.
Yeah, as far as I mean, he started off great in the Dutch league. He has what, five goals in 4 games, and I mean, he
on fire.
Yeah,
on fire.
He needs to be the guy that goes in there with that killer instinct and just destroys back lines, and he's gonna do it. He has the
He's the physical tools. He's
He's
building the physical tools, and now people are just saying
his confidence is up. That's what I meant to say.
He's scoring goals. That's the biggest thing. It's not that I don't think he doesn't. It's not that he doesn't have the skill. It doesn't have the talent. It doesn't have the size. He just was not scoring goals. He was in a slump, and people were trying to get on him.
And his confidence is high. He has that swagger of him. He has that swagger coming out of him now, and we can only expect great things from him. And Josie, 2 goals, my man. 2 goals. Do it for California, man.
Yeah, definitely expect him to score. So, any disappointments? Did you want to see a player? I know personally, maybe a little selfish, but I wanted to see Freddie Adu after the Gold Cup. I still want to see him in this roster. Maybe he's not there because Philadelphia just signed with him, but just like Torres, I think he could be that guy, that number 10, in a sense that we're looking for. That's my disappointment at the time. I would like to see him there. Unfortunately, he's not for various reasons. I don't think he's off the radar. I don't think Clinton is putting him aside. But it was a guy that like to see.
Like I said, I feel that Klinsmann is doing a great job of really getting new blood, and also guys that maybe deserved to be on the national team before and got called up and didn't really get the chance to play and are coming back for a second chance. I'm excited to see Beckerman play. He's going to be out in Belgium. One little disappointment I did have, big fan of the EPL, and he just made a big move to Tottenham. Brad Friedel, man, he's 40-something, but the guy can play. The guy has strong as ever, and I'm kind of bummed out that he didn't come. But I mean, he's a little old and whatnot, but yeah, he's a great keeper. Great keeper.
So who else? I saw Brad Friedel. So you feel Brad Friedel like that? Who else would I like to see? I would have liked to see DeMarcus Beasley got all that left off. We got a little.
Yeah, and it's I don't know what it is.
Maybe I think it's because
he's been playing.
But I think it's because of his age.
But he's been playing great. He's been playing great in Puebla. I've been following. Last week he scored a goal against. Last week, a couple weeks ago, he scored a goal against Pumas. A great goal off his head. He really makes Puebla move. He gives them that extra. I'm gonna keep saying it. That swagger, that different style of really going at his opponents, and I'm a big fan of Beasley, man, and I'm kind of bummed that he couldn't be on the team, but there's always next time, yeah.